from our station's brake. So big circle, little circle. Big circle goes on bottom. When I say circle, it's the lens. No, I'm not an idiot. I know it's the lens. It is poor attempt at humor. So you see our plug there. Our factory harness is going to plug into that. We got our two little wires here. That's going to be for our angel eye and our turn signals. So now, when I look in from the back right here, looks like I'm just going to have to take the wires this way immediately. So where my wires come through right here, that would work. Or I could actually probably just make a hole in my fender right here. Might be even easier. So let me take a quick look see and see where my wires kind of shake out under here. This hole. Huh. All right, so let me show you what I'm working with. So, see our factory wiring harness comes along. I ran it right through here. Now I can drop it down right through this opening, no problem. Everything's nice and free and clear. So that leads us to under the bottom. All right, so right here, that is almost directly behind my headlight. Well, this is kind of pushed back, so I could actually come with a hole saw, make me a little hole right here. My headlight wires will fish right through, and then if you look right up there, there's my fender turn signal. So I can just go ahead, put me a hole right there, extend two wires off of the wires on the other headlight right over there. Bring those back through this hole, tie them in. Here's the plug for my headlight. And then there's my running light right there. And then here's my signal. So I'll just tag into the wires on this signal. Now I can't do that now because I don't have a battery in the truck. So I have to wait until I can get power so I can see which is the trigger wire. But I can go ahead and put my hole right here. I can pull the wires through from the headlight over there. That way all my wiring is right here. That way once I get a battery in there, I can just get like a test light. And when I run through my lights, I can wire them all up. So I'm going to put a hole right there. And then we'll put this headlight in and fish these wires through. Well, that was easy. Said no one ever. Now, obviously, whenever I have these wires coming through this hole, I'm going to come back and put some flex loom over them and probably, I don't know, some tape and a bunch of other crap to keep them from just sawing against that and shorting me out. But in the meantime, that's what we're going to do. So my plan is to fish this wire through the hole to plug into the headlight. Just like this. Let's see if I can find it on the other side here. Oh, I can touch it. Okay. So there's that. So next up, I'll make me two wires to attach to the headlight. So let's go to the other side. Okay, so the signal wires on the headlight have got a spade connector on them that is covered in like some heat shrink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put me two spade connectors on this wire right here. That way I can change them as need be whenever I'm trying to wire this thing up after the fact. But it makes it so I can go ahead and get my wires put on now, get my headlight mounted at least. There we go. Easy peasy. Let's get our light. Try not to drop it. hopefully these fit. There, yeah, it went right together. Put this one in here thusly. All right, pull our plastic over top of it. Now, when I'm done with this, obviously I'll make sure that, well, actually that covers it up quite nicely. For now, I'm just gonna pull this over and kind of leave it be. So I'm gonna push my headlight through the hole. I can see where the hole is that we just made there, so I can fish this wire right through into our wheel well. Well, I said I could, it's not wanting to go. There it goes. If I pulled this headlight bucket out of here, it would be easier, but I ain't trying to take it apart any more than I have to. So that would be that. Now we got our headlight wire here. That was quite fortunate that it will plug into the factory harness there. It's pretty nice. Now I just fish all this back through the hole there. See if I can reach it, pull it through here. Oh yeah. There we go. Huh, I didn't even notice that. There's a notch right here, and there's a notch actually made into my light, so the light will only fit one way. There's one on that other side too. Well, that's awesome. Chalk one up for somebody. It got a little bit bent when I was taking it off, apparently. Nope. Yep. Well, these actually fit really, really, really good. I would have figured it'd be a little tougher than that. Oh, this screw could have been a lot shorter. That's in there quite snugly. So now I just got to put my trim ring back on, and then that should get it. That's exciting. Let me go get a trim ring. So now let me kind of preface all of this saying that I cleaned the hell out of this grill with an SOS pad and some Brasso polish. That's it. That's as good as it's going to get. I wish it looked better. There again, if somebody knows where there's a truck with one of these grills in it, or just one of these grills, if it's for a decent price, I'd love to have a better one. But this is what I got to work with right now, so this is what I'm gonna roll with. Let's put this last couple screws in here. Well, that was easy enough. There it is. Headlights in. Whenever we get a battery hooked up, I'll be ready to run my wires and wire it all up. I mean, I don't know, I guess I could probably do it off a drill battery. Well, I could figure out I could go ahead and tie these two lights together and then just wait. And then once I get the battery hooked up to the truck, then I can actually hook it into the wiring harness on the truck. But I believe I'll do that for another day. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm not gonna bother to film doing the other one because it's gonna look just like this. So I'm just gonna do all that again on the other side. Now, right there, where a plug goes in from the factory, it had a plug outlet there because this used to be a milk truck. So I guess that would run the refrigerant unit whenever the engine wasn't running or something. I don't know, it was a little bit dry rotted. So I'm going to try my best to find another plug like that, because it'll work great, because I can use it to plug in my block heater for my diesel. So I thought that was really cool that was already on there. So my plan is to reuse that. So I don't know. I'm going to go to a couple local hardware stores, see if I can't find some type of receptacle that'll replace the one that I got there. But that's all for this one. On to the next thing. Yeah, buddy. Check that out. That looks cool. First time I've really got to see that front end together in quite a while. Now, if it looks like it is sitting kind of funny, it is. It's on a jack stand. It's a little bit higher on the driver's side, but you get the idea. Them new eyes look nice. I can't wait to see what the angel eyes lit up. So, man, one step closer, y'all. All right, so I got this thing that I took out of the F450 that we took apart. This was behind the rear seat in that truck, and I thought, this would be a pretty handy dandy thing to try to put back in there if I could. Basically you throw, I don't know, tie down straps or bungee cords, or I don't know, or alternate receiver, whatever random things you might want to keep inside the cab of the truck, pistol, ammunition, if you're a gun guy. And I just kind of set it there behind my seat. It fits really snug, but it does fit in there on that little back section right there. Now in the other truck, it had, where it actually bolted in, it had 3 bolts that held it in, there, and there. And it had these 2 like standoffs, and then each one of these was longer. They were like, I don't know, 2 inches longer. So you can see that I already kind of chopped them dudes off. So I'm gonna stick this in there, measure it, and get it where it's centered up, and then I'll take a paint pen or something and mark where the holes go. You know what, hell, I might just take a drill, just drill a hole all the way through it. And just drill the hole, and I plan to put rib nuts in there where that goes. So let's see about sticking this in there and getting it all measured up and stuck in place, and get this guy mounted. It'd be handy dandy to have. All right, well, I doubt this will be an exact science, but I'm gonna try to center it up here, see what we can do here. Right there we are. Well, I think I grabbed the crappiest tape measure I own. It's like 11 and 3/8. See what we got on this other side. It's like 14 and change. Looking like we might end up somewhere around 12, maybe. Right there, we're all over 1 foot. Let's see, we're right over here. All right, so over here we're at 13 1/4, so that puts us 1 1/4 inches of difference, which puts us at, what is that, 5/8. So I need to come back 5/8. So that's going to be, so from 13 1/4, 13 1/8, you're going to come back there, right about there. Let's see what we got there. Right there, we're at 12 5/8. All right, there it is. So now I just got to mark those holes and do a little drilling. that was easy enough. Fits like a charm. While we're at it, we got the seat slid forward. Seatbelts came in. Where do you see these things? Come check them out. All right, well, one more thing knocked out. Check out this bad boy right here. How dope is that? Got them in the color blue that the seat is stitched in. Kind of matches the truck a little bit. They will probably stain unbelievably bad, but I really don't care. I went with just the lap belts because in the 77 cab, there was nowhere up top to mount the bolt stuff for the shoulder belt. And I mean, there's some metal up there, but nowhere near strong enough. If you were actually in an accident, it would just probably tear out. And honestly, the metal would probably end up cutting the side of your head off. I don't know, something like that. So we're just gonna go with the lap belt. I did get 3 sets. I don't know that anybody will be able to sit in the middle, but in the event that I want to take both my kids to school, I need 3 belts to make it happen. So I did look, the seat belt bolts from the factory, they've got a big shoulder on them, which I do want to use on the outside. That way it can flex and move some. So I'm gonna have to punch this hole just a little bit bigger on all 3 belts. This hole, I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna have to investigate and look. We'll figure out that when we come to it. I still gotta hunt up the other seatbelt bolts. But for the meantime, I'm excited. So let's get these dudes put in. That looks killer. I could not be happier with how that turned out. I actually got these seatbelts from a place called Seatbelts Plus. I just did a Google search and found them. And I think I ordered them and had them in 2 weeks. There was a custom ordered color. They got tons of colors and styles and lengths that you can get. These are like I think the 60-inch versions of theirs. I don't know, but I'm super happy. They weren't expensive either. I think I spent $65 for all 3 belts, something like that. It wasn't too much. But you see everything bolted right into factory locations. This is where the lower part of the factory belts bolted in on the factory floor pan from the 2000. I made sure and left that there because I knew it would be a good solid mounting point for them. Because I mean, there again, you want to be safe. Like I said, my kids are going to be riding in here. I'm going to be riding in here. In the event that this thing isn't an accident, I want to know that I and them will be safe. You'll see that I went with a different bolt. The shoulder bolts from the factory, I was going to use them. I got to look, and they take it's not really a Torx bit that it takes. It's a Ford specific bit. I've got them, but I've got them at work. And if you try to use, sometimes you can get away with using a T55 Torx and it will work just fine. Sometimes it strips out. And I did not want to take a chance on it stripping out, so I just went ahead. I've actually found the bolts that held the factory tow hooks on were the right thread pitch and size. So I had 6 of them too, so it worked out really good. So I just used them because they have a nice hex head on them, so I can crank down and get them nice and tight. But there you have it. One more little small nitpicking thing knocked off the list. On to the next thing from here. Ha ha! How about that? Them seatbelts look dope. I could not believe how good they looked when I took them out of the box. I really thought they'd be like cheap and chintzy or something like that, but no, they're awesome. I mean, it's like a brand new seatbelt from Ford or GM or somebody. I couldn't believe how good they look. Super excited with how the headlights and the grille turned out. Cannot wait to get that wired up and see them angel eyes light up and And you got some other cool lights on this thing too that you're going to get to see me install too. As always, thank you for hanging out and watching the whole video. You know, that helps. It always helps, you know, if you stay and you hang out and you watch till the end, because Facebook tracks how long people watch it and whatnot. And also, it's good because I know you like the content. As always, like it. If you like the video, throw me a little thumbs up down there. If you didn't like the video, I'd rather you didn't throw a thumbs down, but I mean, I guess if you should so incline, you can. But don't. Subscribe, come back, watch it. I got some awesome suspension stuff that's coming up. I'm gonna do something with the mono beam axle. I don't think anybody's ever done, and it was kind of a pain in the butt, but really, really cool. So, questions, comments, throw them down in the comments. I will 100% respond. I respond to all my comments. Well, because I really don't have millions of subscribers, so it's really easy to. And I like the interaction. So come back for the next one. We'll see you then.